Here's 50 things you may have missed in Fallout Season 2 Episode 1. So the shot starts on the Securitron and already we're getting hints of Fallout New Vegas' Yes Man. And look at this vibrant, non-radiated West Coast and airships which naturally remind us of war disturbing the peace and the Brotherhood of Steel. In this retro-futuristic landscape which plunges us right into the automation wars where robots are basically stealing people's jobs and they're mashing them up. And we quickly learn or it's inferred Mr. House is smart enough to get an actor to play his role. Now this punch-up scene is weird, but I think it's Mr. House testing control, maybe even being a synth to feel human, but that's a theory talk, he's human. And notice the Radiation King van who provide the most of the televisions and radios we see in the games, all to test out his brain-computer interface. And I think I know exactly where this is going, but we're gonna get to that. And we're in Novak, and it's good to see Dinky. Sadly, the Great Khans run the place, who are a family of ex-Vault dwellers turned raiders, and they deserve a whole video. But the Ghouls said they moved in and they look well fed before mentioning Clara. I don't know who that is, I can't remember. But did they make a deal with Mr. House and help him secure New Vegas? And Dinky the Dino is facing the town, but in the game it's the other way if I remember correctly. Let me know if I'm right. And we also see a mini nuclear explosion, and with the Ghoul using VATS to take out the Khans. And there's a "we won't surrender" on the pool, hinting Novak may have had a tragic last stand. Cooper shows Lucy that bombs got shot down, which spurs the whole chip journey in Fallout New Vegas, and hints that Robert House pushed the button for the bombs and that nowhere with House is safe. That's how dangerous he is. And we get this mysterious figure overlooking the meeting. Is that an Enclave leader? Cooper takes Janie naturally and runs away, and we learn that Vault-Tec are practicing how they'll end the world, and we see the iconic Vault-Tec rep. We also see a US military vertibird, most likely the XVB-01, something we often see with the Brotherhood of Steel who have the BO2. Reg is definitely our comic relief. The man is double slurping a lollipop, and we're learning how crossbred the Vaults are becoming, like literally fifth cousins are reproducing, which we got a hint at with Season 1's Lucy and her cousin. We also hear about a broken water chip which mirrors the events of Fallout 1. It's definitely going to force our Vault dwellers to go above ground. I think this is going to mirror factions like the Great Khans, whose ancestors left their vaults and became communities like the Boomers. Fact checked me on that. Lucy clearly has the wacky wasteland perked here with the lady who is selling fleet suit, but if we look closely though, her clothes match that of Caesar's Legion, and there's a slim chance that she's a scout for them. Also, I love the payment with caps. The reason for that is because Nuka-Cola, other brands are available. Created so many bottles, America is pretty much a junkyard full of them, and it's now the most reliable form of payment. While we can see Cooper Howard is in 3 of these dog films and likely has the Animal Whisperer perk, backed up by his dog pre-nuke and his buddy now. It's cool that they snuck Vault 24 behind the cinema, which is also an Easter egg, into New Vegas because gamers will think it's plot wholly to introduce new vaults. The gaps in the diner seating show that people are still worried about the new plague virus, and the Wackacomi game literally suggesting there are Chinese moles and they're wearing the outfits from Operation Anchorage DLC. Moldova is asking Cooper to take out Mr. House, who is now confirmed to be the richest man on Earth, and this could be why Cooper is not only so cold now, but could tie it into the canon that House never got the chip on time because of Cooper, maybe due to sabotage. But does Cooper regret not taking him down? And stocks were up for West-Tech's biological products for skincare, which is a nod to them developing the forced evolutionary virus meant to be a cure for the new plague. It eventually leads to super mutants and could be who we hear in the latest trailer. And that report was brought by famous station Galaxy News, and we get a scale for how big the brand Yum Yum is, who sponsor the channel with their deviled eggs. Now, Barbara is looking guilty, and I wonder if she's being blackmailed by that mysterious dark figure we saw earlier. But the poster behind Barbara of Brutus is alluding to Caesar's Legion, a legion who slaved the wasteland, but Brutus was one of the betrayers of the real life figure, and it could allude to what happened to Caesar even if you removed his tumor in New Vegas. Cooper also revealing his wife and child may be alive means he probably got them taken from him once we saw him leave that birthday party in the first season. And we get this beautiful external shot of Vault 33, and what I want to say is Santa Monica Pier. If you're from California, can you confirm or deny? Also, this scene is nasty with the support group, and it's hinting that the group need to leave the vault because they already want to ban inbreeding. We also get this specials poster which everyone will recognize, how you choose your characteristics, and I can't play it, but we have the ink spots It's All Over, a Fallout 4 staple as we hover over this grooming kit and stim pack with a juicy giant centipede who must have a food supply, because how did it get in the vault? Norm again proving he has the hacker perk and max intelligence, because him thawing the Vault-Tec employees who are meant to come out every 30 years, and it also solves our interbreeding problem slightly and forces them to leave the vault. And we get another dark twist when we find out Vault 24 was turning Americans into communists via House's brain interface chips. What's more interesting though is they're forced to watch nuclear annihilation. I wonder if they were used to press the nuclear button to make it look like China. I'm also curious about the helmets they're wearing, perhaps earlier versions of the ones we see used to use Deathclaw mind control, and of course Cooper pumping jet, the nitty. The way the man says hello sugar bombs is a nod to the cereal of course, but it also reminds me of Yes Man, and now I'm wondering if Yes Men are actually the brains of of people turned into the bots. I'll make a theory on that. The Vault-Tec facility Hank is in really reminds me of a spaceport, and Mr. House in-game canon speaks about taking humans to space in 100 years if he wasn't in his current state. And this could be alluding to our overall plot. And Hank is literally a Josworth, because how many hours are you putting in for a golden Pip-Boy? And how can I become employee of the century too? Hank is hinting that he knows Mr. House has basically become a computer now, but it's nice foreshadowing, and he thinks he's picking up with mind control, which is quite funny. And we have a direct name now, the brain-computer interface with miniaturization, and I'm even more convinced that we're getting death row control. And this beautiful animation of the instant the bombs dropped on none other than Prim, home of the Vicky and Vance Casino, the fictional Bonnie and Clyde, Bison Steve, and the Mojave Express, and it's one of the first places I ever visited in New Vegas, and it will be interesting to see who is in control of this place. But yeah, drop anything I missed in the comments below and hit follow if you want to keep talking about the series.